Alright, welcome back to Ultimate Blade Reviews. We have the Runic Long Sax. This one is from Windlass Steelcrafts. Notice the inscription on the blade here. Very nice single-edged sax, very long blade. Look at some specs on it, do some cut testing of course, and we'll do some up-close looks at it. Let's get to it. Alright, we have a blade length of 23 1/8 inches. This is a single-edged blade, so the back edge is all completely dulled out. There's no back edge on that, which is actually not common for a sax. Sax were usually utility blades and also fighting blades, so it's a pretty traditional design here. So 23 1/8 inches of the actual blade from the tip, the very pointy tip, all the way to the small crossguard here. Overall length is 29 inches, all the way from the pommel, as you call a pommel. It's got more of a Viking pommel here. And the whole length of the blade, about 29 inches. Get some close-up looks at it, see the runic inscriptions on it. Notice we also have a fuller here. This fuller is on both sides of the blade. This is allowing us to take off excess weight, making the blade more maneuverable for either cut testing or reenactments. So we're looking at steel quality here. We have a 1065 high carbon steel that Windlass puts this together for. It comes unsharpened, so like a lot of Windlass blades, they come unsharpened, and we went ahead and put a sharpening surface on this. So if you're looking to get this sharpened, you can always add that sharpening surface. Just click the little button when you're going to purchase this blade, and we'll be able to take care of that for you. Noticing the handle now, we have this leather wrapped handle, more of a traditional design, and if you get a close-up look at it, you'll notice it's not a round handle. It allows you the cutting edge to be right in line with the actual blade edge of the sax. It's a little bit tacky, you can probably hear it, but it's not obnoxious. There's no brown leather on my hand at all, which is a good thing. So you get a little bit of a grip, you get traction in the actual grip itself. That way when you're manipulating it, you're able to actually keep it stable in your hand. So very, very nice here. Not much of a cross guard, just enough to protect your hand if you were thrusting with it in the precise manner, that is when you have the proper training. So just enough to cover that hand. You can see with a full grip with the thumb closed. If you see little scuffs like this one, there's a little brown spot. This is just a blemished one that we're using for the video. And again, you see that knuckle lining forward. And you also see the butt end of this here. The pommel's peened. It's almost completely seamless here. You can see the little peen mark right there. So a very sturdy blade, very active blade. Obviously, if you're looking at this combative blade, this is way more of a thrusting blade. You have slashing when you actually know what you're doing. You have slashing available as well. And it actually manipulates very well, but because of the shape of the blade, which is a straight blade, you have a very precise thrust and a very precise thrust right there. All right, point of balance on this single-edged blade is about 3 inches from the guard. So as always, this is very dangerous, and I need to be very careful of doing this. Hardest part of the video. Ta-da! Alright, so about 3 inches from the guard, this is where the point of balance is. Making this more of a thrusting blade, the tip is so pronounced on this that it's allowing for that direct thrust. Doesn't matter how you do it. If you're playing this more in the center line, if you're arcing it, you know what you're doing. Doesn't matter. So you have that available to you. If you're looking at this more as a utility blade, it's a great one for chopping. I wouldn't recommend really chopping wood with this necessarily because the tip is so fine. I mean, look how thin the tip is. It's obviously more of, in the right context, hypothetically a combative weapon with a more pronounced thrust to it. So it's a really, honestly, an aesthetically pleasing looking blade. It looks really great. Notice the runic inscriptions. I don't know what they mean, but they look really cool. And again, like I said, this is all dulled out, a thick spine to it. If you're looking to get a sharpening surface on this, this comes unsharpened. So if you buy this directly from us and you do not add a sharpening surface, the blade will be dull. So you have the opportunity to sharpen it if you know how to do that yourself, or you can just have us do it. I mean, we can do that for you. Just click the button when you get to ColtAthena.com. You'll be able to go ahead and take care of that for you. We'll get that nice and sharp for you. All right, we also have a leather sheath that comes with it as well. So we have this double belt loop. This belt loop is allowing you to wear this on the back. So we're wearing this on the back of the belt here. Kind of like a scout carry. It's a pretty long blade, to be honest with you, for carrying that way. You could also modify it. If you have your belt, you can always loop it over here and carry it more on like a 45 degree. That's also an option for you. When you're putting this in the sheath, be very careful because this one is sharp. It's actually backwards, so you would think that the belt loops go in line here, but they actually do not. You'll notice that it's contrary to the blade edge, so we actually have to flip it over. We slide in the back edge, the back spine where it's not sharp slides into it. Be very careful of your left hand. Slide the spine of it in there, and then it'll slide right in. So once you have it in there, there's really no retention, so definitely do not hold this one upside down because it will slide out. But you have that option as well to carry it. So here's what it looks like in the actual sheath. Noticing that the grip here matches very closely to the leather here, to the brown leather. And if we get even closer, we'll see this really cool wrap that they've done here. So they sandwiched these two pieces of leather together and then braided it over. Kind of a more traditional, historical way of putting the sacks together, especially for the scabbard. All right, so from here we're going to take some up close looks at the blade outside of the scabbard and then in the scabbard. Let's get to it. All right, so now we're gonna take a look at some cut testing with this blade. Let's get to it. That took little to no effort. Mostly probably because of the sharpening surface, and wow, look at that cut. So obviously you have to soak these overnight, make sure that you soak them properly, you have proper training, but you can see that went all the way through. Looks like a piece of salami, doesn't it? All right, we're gonna finish this one off. Whoa, that was a little bit crazy, but you'll see it still cut pretty much all the way through it. All right, so after doing the cut testing, obviously there's no damage to the blade. I'd be really disappointed if there was. You can see there's just a little bit of scuffs on the blade. The edge is actually very, very sharp still. I really don't even want to put my finger on that because of how sharp it is. Even all the way up to the tip, very pointy. Excellent edge that's put on here. A little bit of scuffs from the tatami mats. So it still feels really good in the hand. When I'm slashing with it, I'm noticing that even as I hit the point of percussion, which is really the last about 6 inches, 3 inches to 6 inches of the blade, you're seeing that you're getting a lot of the scuffs about right here. And you'll see when I do the slow motion on it that as I'm slashing, there's really no pull on it. As soon as I pull all the way through, it's going all the way through the target, which is a good sign that obviously the handle is excellent. It feels really, really good in the hand. And also, it's properly balanced. You know, you can't rely only on a sharp edge for a blade. If the blade shape just sucks, then you're not really going to be able to rely on it. But this one being so simple, even though primarily a thrusting blade, the slashing is also really good on it as well. The Windlass Runic Sax from Windlass Steelcrafts is an excellent blade, single edge blade. If you enjoy this blade, go ahead and leave me a comment below and let me know what you think about it, what you like about this blade, also what you don't like about it. Subscribe to the channel, like this video, make sure you share with your friends who are interested in blades like this, and we have more reviews coming this month to you. Subscribe to the channel, talk to you soon.